Good morning, good morning. It's your girl. And this is Karina's Forte. Woo, this week has been busy. From the filibuster from my boy Corey, we'll get into to over 1,200 protests around the country. Oh my goodness, it's been crazy. We also gonna get into something that the media is holding back from us. Like how many people resigned from this administration? They're not saying everything's on the hush. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Also, we're gonna get into how the MAGAs are crashing out over all of these losses. Man, just stay tuned and watch because it's going to be crazy. See you in a minute. The streets is talking. The streets is talking. Ooh-wee. Yes, the streets are talking. And they're talking about the unbelievable thing that Cory Booker did. That 25-hour filibuster broke records. Bigger than that, it broke other people's spirits because they was like, damn, he's spitting nothing but facts for 25 hours straight. 25 hours? That was a marathon of smacking you in the face. That's what it was. Telling nothing but truths over and over. Again, different ones, not the same ones, for 25 hours. And it was funny, right? Because all the people on the other side of the aisle thought he couldn't do it. We talking about a black man in America. Resiliency is our superpower. Man, big up to him and thank you for what you've done. He actually shut down a lot of things. So yes, the Republicans couldn't vote on silly shit that they just making up. So it's amazing. Thank you, Cory Booker. Salute to you, bruh. And yeah, he didn't do it only for black people, okay? He did it for we are the people. That means Americans, all of us. Yeah, somebody got to do it. My goodness. And this administration is just getting hammered this week. Hammered. When I say hammered, I mean hammered this week. This past weekend, man, we had over 1,200 demonstrations all over the country. They went from Boston to DC, just everywhere. Why? Because people are sick and tired of it. The sea of people, it was millions of people across this country demonstrating against the government. It was a beautiful sight to see. Beautiful. Because you know what? These tariffs that this government is implementing is hurting a lot of people, a lot of companies. Think about this. Nike, Gap, Levi, they worked for years trying to pull away from China. So they start working with Taiwan and all these other countries, right? But now these tariffs have punched them in the face and made their stomachs and their stocks plummet. They are sick to their stomach for this. They are. And guess what? This government doesn't care. They think it's a great thing. The tariffs also almost got somebody else to put in a resignation. Yes, I'm talking about, what's his name? I got to look it up to make sure I got his name right. Scott Bissett, the current Treasury, the Secretary of Treasury. He like, wait, man, come on, that too, man. You driving me crazy, man. Come on now. He madder than a mofo. But see, another thing they've never told you about all of this stuff, not only the tariffs, everything that Doge is doing. We had a mass resignation come to the White House this year. Setting it off, the first one was David, I'm going to probably say his name wrong. His name is David Lebrick. He was the acting Treasury of Secretary. He retired on January 31st. He was like, I already know what it's going to be. I'm good. I'm out. Chucking up the deuces on him, right? Then Jim Jones, what a name, right? The director of the FDA resigned on February 17th. But on February 18th, the resignations was massive. First was Michelle King. She was the acting Social Security Administrator. She resigned over the refusal to give over sensitive information to Doge. Can you blame her? Salute to Michelle King. Thank you. But also Stephen Riley. He resigned the same day also. He was, what was he? He was a lead engineer for General Services Administration. He was like, nah, I can't, nah, I'm good. I can't do it. But one of the other things that happened were 7 prosecutors said, we're not doing this. They wanted them to go against the grain. And they were like, no, that's not what I took the oath to do. I'm not. But the biggest punch in the face was for Doge. Over 21, okay, employees resigned. And this is what they said, the dismantling of critical public services was something they couldn't do. We will not use our skills as technologists to compromise core government systems. Now these people deserve a round of applause, because guess what? You're right. You did the right thing. I know you're like, damn, I always wanted to position something like this, helping the government, but not destroying it. So that was huge, right? And because of all the tariffs, right? The stock market is bang in the pits of hell right now. I know I have to laugh. I don't think it's funny, but I have to laugh because all of these greedy ass people continue to think that it was cool to vote for this guy because they wanted more money. But you know what the universe says when you greedy, or God or whomever you believe in says when you greedy, it got to come back. See, the stock market plunged so much. They lost about $2 trillion, almost $2 trillion. As soon as Trump put out these tariffs, April 2nd, bang, called it the Liberation Day. More like a punch you in the face day, because they got these people heated, especially they got a couple of famous MAGAs, mad boy, a dude named David Portnoy. In 24 hours, he lost $7 million. In 24 hours. He was ranting and raving on social media. He's out of hand now. He out of hand now? He wasn't out of hand when all of those people lost them jobs. I didn't care then. See, this is what we got to understand, people. They only care if they losing money. They're only caring if they losing money. And that's it. It's about their bottom line. And when you realize that, you just say, ha, you deserve that. Because that's what you voted for. So what, you lost 7 million? Who cares? You rich a-hole. I'm just saying, who cares? Nobody cared about nobody else, right? But now, And then on top of all the tariffs and everything, right? Guess what? Now, this is something. The DOJ, the judge, said that the Trump administration has to return the American citizen who just happens to be El Salvadorian, who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador's prison, not the country, the prison in the country, the worst prison in the world. They said he's supposed to come back by next week or this week. But guess what the administration does? They put the judge on leave for that. If you do not agree with this administration, this is what they do. They coming for you because you disagree with them. But see, when you're in that position, you're supposed to go by the law. You're supposed to be fair. Justice is blind. Nah. Now with this administration, if you don't agree with them, they're going to deport you, demote you, take away your job, house, whatever. That's true racism, y'all. When you have the power. You see what I'm saying? What power does? Yeah. Now you finally understand. That's what the streets is talking about right now. On another note, also for the greedy, Mega Millions has changed its price. It used to be $2. They're going to go up to $5 for what? California to only win? Nah, I'm good. See, they just keep getting greedier and greedier. They're saying, with the $5, I know it's a lot, but, it's going to have a bigger jackpot faster. Yeah. And then regular things where you used to get $2, now you're going to get $10. Yeah, a whole $8 more. No, thank you. That's only an extra $3 after you can charge me $5. Make it make sense, people. Anywho, that's what the streets are saying. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. I'm going to say it with my chest. It was beautiful to see the over 1,200 demonstrations around the country. Peaceful, no police presence, no rubber bullets, no tactical gear, no dogs, no fire hoses. It's amazing. You want to know why? Because there were no black and brown faces. Very few. See, because They're comforted about people that look like them. Everybody knows that's part of the police training. Black and brown faces is part of the training. They gotta be criminals. Yet, we had Jeffrey Dahmer went to a black neighborhood and we treated him great. He was sitting over there unaliving and actually eating off of us. Pick up the book, Delectable Negro. Not one rubber bullet. See, we stayed home because we finally learned that us being on those streets and protesting is the time where they get a chance to beat us legally, to hit us with rubber bullets legally, to unalive us legally. Yeah, that's their get back. So we decided we are going to stay home off the streets and fight in a different way with our dollars. Even though black people make the least amount of money in this country, we spend the most in this country. So we are staying home, not spending any money with those people against DEI or what they think is DEI. They think it's black and brown people getting a leg up. Nah, DEI, as we can see, is for white people who have always been the lesser in the workplace and everywhere else. I ain't making it up. I'm not even prejudiced. It's a fact. Look it up. The best people for the job will never be put in the positions they need to be put in, because if every corporation wanted the best, it would be a black woman head of all companies. But they're not. Just like this country, they didn't want the black woman, and look what happened. Look what's happening. And it's not that we don't care, we do. But for centuries, our people have been on the streets by ourselves. There's very few white people that came out to help. They always say, they did this and they did that. We started the riots. No, they seen our face, and it's a part of police protocol is what it is. Yeah, it's probably the saddest thing ever. So we're protesting, but in our own way, because you know what? We're tired of people or them unaliving us, them abusing us physically. We're tired. We had enough, because now we're thinking smarter instead of working harder. And it's a fact that we fought for everybody by ourselves. And see, you became accustomed to that shit. It's not going to happen anymore. So big up to all the white people who went out there and actually protested. It was your turn. You should. You see how they don't bother you at all. And y'all still think this country isn't racist? Yeah, okay. All right. You ready for the whooping of the day? Oh, yeah, the whooping of the day has to go to all you rich MAGAs, all you rich corporations, Jeff Bezos and all of them. Jeff Bezos just got played by your boy. Yeah, the whooping got to go to you guys. You know why? Because you entrusted in a man who is a terrible businessman. 6 or 7 bankruptcies? Yeah. See, the thing is, you think he's just going to do this and that, when if you ever said anything about him, any of you guys, and a few of them have said things about him, he never forgets. He's like a woman. He never forgets. And he is petty. He is king of petty. And so he don't care if you lose money. That's why he threw up the tariffs. Because Jeff Bezos, ooh, you know he mad, boy, because Amazon has a lot of things that come from Shein and other companies like Temu that go through his company also. So say if you were to purchase, like say if all your purchases were $100. All right, cool, $100 plus whatever tax, America has. Well, add on the tariff, which is a little under $35. So now you're paying like $135 for something that was only $100 with the tax. Yeah, and they taxing that tax. They putting the tax on the tariff. They're giving you the tariff plus the tax. So it's everything all together. So the whooping goes to all you MAGAs. Be careful what you ask for. You may just get it. Alrighty. We got to come to a close, baby. But not before I send you off in the right way. So we're glad. Make no mistake. We're glad that the protests have been peaceful. We're glad that you haven't experienced what we've experienced, because it was unfair then and it would be unfair now. The biggest thing is, like I keep saying, us banding together. See, while you're doing this, you're saying, okay, we're doing this. And now we as Black people are doing this to not only protect our lives, and the lives of our families, but also to protect you guys. Because if you went out there to protest and we protested with you, it would be a lot of fatalities. And we don't want that. Now, you know, we're not scared to protest because your rights, most of the people, the immigrants, brown people, women, gay people, we have fought for those rights single-handedly. So it is great to see a few helpmates. It's just the beginning, but you guys got a lot more to go. However, we're going to be there. Just know that we can't be on the front lines anymore. We have to play the background, not by choice. But all in all, we are the people. So we get in where we fit in and do what we can. And as long as we band together, we can defeat all obstacles that come our way, including this current administration that most of you probably voted for. Not mad at that either, because you guys are on the fuck around and find out list. Now, it's not so good on that side, is it? But see, this is what Kamala Harris told you. This is also what Hillary told you. Nobody wanted to listen to women. When we are the ones that birthed you. It's funny how that actually works out. That now you're the one, now we're the ones you depend on and you want help from. We're going to be there. But yeah, some of us will play the background. White people, we appreciate you. The ones who are actually protesting. Because you're helping us as we the people. There is no color in we the people. It's everyone. All of us. Remember that as you go through your day and stop racist comments and actions, because where has it gotten you? Nowhere. Because see, Black people will survive with or without anyone else. Because we've been doing it for centuries. But white people, you guys, this is brand new to you. You guys have not survived without other people helping you, guiding you, nurturing you. Without the true DEI, the privilege. So once we all let that go, it's just us, you and I. And we'll make a better America because we're going to be better by fighting for everyone's rights. Immigrants also. Anywho, like I always say, I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and let our voices be heard.